Hi, I'm Ali and a warm welcome to the Ceramic Repair Studio. So in today's video, I thought I would just do something a little different, and we have a couple of horses here which are sort of a resin, if you like. And if you can see here, we are missing a few bits of the tail here, so we're just going to make some new pieces up. So before I do, if you haven't subscribed before, please consider subscribing. And if you enjoyed the video by the end, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help with the algorithm. And let's get going. What I'm going to use today is Milliput. Just a quick disclaimer, I'm not sponsored at all. And it does come in various colours. And I tend to, if I have spare pieces, I tend to make them into little discs. And this is really useful actually, because then we can take one of the coloured discs and then sort of decide which colour we are going to go for. Now, although this is quite a very, not bad colour, this has been a mixture of black and also white, I believe. But we have the pure white and we also have turquoise, a yellowy colour. But I'm just going to go for this sort of off kind of grey, silver grey, I believe it's called. Just a bit of an off colour, so it's not as bright if in comparison with the white. So with the silver grey here, I'm just going to take it out of the box, and it does come in two parts, so we just want to sort of almost basically have even quantities. So I'll take the first part off first. And what I do like to do is to roll it up into a ball. This just makes it so much easier to compare against the other package. So once I've got my ball, I then will take my other piece, other package, slightly different tones of colour. So it takes around 5 minutes literally to just really combine them well together. But also make sure that everything's nice and put away, just so no air gets back to the product, otherwise it will actually dry out. So that back in, and let's start mixing. Now when you're mixing it, you almost want it to be almost sort of soft and pliable, like blue tack in the hands. And because they're two different colours, it almost starts off sort of mottily and then almost like marble. And your notes combined again, apart from it feeling like blue tack, but also because the colour will be the same. As I say, this will take about 5 minutes to just really manipulate and to mix in well. And if it isn't mixed in well, it just won't set. So this is actually quite an important stage. It's mixed in really well, it's all the same colour, and it's feeling, as I say, nice and soft, and so it's going to be easy to mould. And first of all, I'm just going to take a little piece here and start on the tail. Now I am also have an implement here. I think it may be a dentist's implement actually. It's small and it's quite flat. This is really useful to use. If you don't have something such as that, you can always use a cocktail stick. So just by looking here, let's have a look. Now I can see there's a tiny little piece missing here and also here. So let's start from the top and work our way down. And this does take a little time, and it's just we want to get it as close as we can so we have minimum of sanding. So we take our piece here, just there, and I'm just going to apply it on, make the rough shape. Now if you have a large surface, you will want to apply glue first, but when it's just a small surface, actually it will actually be self-adhesive, and so you won't need that. You just want to get the rough shape and keep looking around and moving things about. I do also have some water here, so if you want to smooth things down, just take your finger, dip it into the water, and then again just a little light smooth. And because this has lots of edges on here and it's kind of rough anyway, it actually doesn't have to be precise. So then we'll take the other part and I just assess. So get it into rough shape, and then again just gently apply. Make sure it's on nicely. Firm it in. Get your finger in some water. And then we have our tool here, and also the back of the tool here of the other piece, which has got a slight curve, so we can always go into and just start to manipulate, just blend in. We are going to be painting these as well, so we'll just help. Now this does take around, I like to leave it a good 48 hours to set, and you know, you can always take bits and pieces off and work around it and come back to it later, so there's plenty of wiggle time in which we can actually go through these. And also, if you do make a mistake, you can always wait until it's dry, sand it, and then just apply a little bit more of the Milliput. And then we have a large piece here, so again I'm just going to take a sort of sizable amount, I think, on this one. Again, and just get it into a rough shape. It's fairly flat. A little bit more. And we just need to keep working our way along. Okay, apply. Get the shape right. I always like to leave it once I've done all my sort of bits of moulding, and then sort of come back to it a couple of minutes later, just with a fresh set of eyes, because sometimes it's good to actually walk away from a piece and then come back, because you may find there's bits you've missed or other things you want to add to. Now I've also seen that here the tail has been broken off completely and been fixed on, and a piece of colour has been put in here as well. Previous Milliput, different tone. So what I'm going to do is take a piece of my Milliputs here, and it's almost like just a little bit there, so we'll start off small and then just roll it in the fingers, and then I'm just gently applying all the way along, and then just again just to smooth out. It's quite therapeutic actually. What I like about Milliputs, it's easy to sand, and it's very easy to use. Now if you are using something very similar, please leave a comment in the description box down below, because it's really nice to hear what other people are using as well, and any other recommendations. Take a tiny bit more. As I say, I will keep checking this through and going through and then coming back in about 5 minutes, and again taking pieces off and adding pieces too with fresh eyes. And I would just keep going along like this. But this is quite a good starting point. Again, you can always place your cocktail stick or your little gadget here, and then just smooth down. You don't want to make it too wet though. And to say, you can do the same with the tail. I can see bits here, indentations I can add to, and just slowly, carefully. So, and I'll just keep going along, keep coming backwards and forwards to it. And as I say, I'm going to let this dry, and I'm going to keep coming, clearing it up, and eventually we will end up with some pieces which are then ready to paint in. So I hope you enjoyed this video today and found it useful. Again, please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, like and share, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Okay, bye.